students, welcome to our science class. Our chapter name is Moon and Artificial Satellites. In the last class, we started this chapter and discussed some of the things about the moon. So, what is this moon? We said that this moon is this moon one planet? No, we know this moon is satellite. And what satellite? It is natural satellite. This is natural satellite. So we can say moon is natural satellite. And now we are going to study the further things about the moon. So we said that the shape of the moon is getting changed. Actually our moon is in spherical shape or circular shape like our earth. Not actually circular shape. It is in spherical shape and having some sort of holes and mountains and holes are there, and so still we feel that the size of the moon is getting different. In some days we do not see moon. In some days we can see the moon is in the shape like this. In some days we can see the moon is in such a shape. Like the shape is getting changed. Now the question is this: how the shape of this moon is just getting increased or decreased? What is the reason? Actually, the reason is this: no shape is getting changed. Everything we are just feeling that. We only feel the size is getting changed. We know our sun is there at the center of the solar system. Around the sun, our earth is revolving. Around the sun, earth is revolving. And around the earth, our moon is revolving. So this is the setup. That means the position of the earth and moon is getting changed, and also with respect to the sun. So in some cases this moon is here, this moon is here, this moon is here, moon is here. That means, and at the same time our earth is also revolving. So this shape variation is due to the position variations with regarding of sun, earth and moon. So we can say the shape variation of moon is because of the position variations in sun, earth and the moon. So according to the shape, we already said that the shape is getting changed and we can call it a particular name, and that is this phases of moon. Phases of moon. We call it like that. Not we are saying that the shape of moon is getting changed. So that changing shape we can call it as phases of moon. Phases of moon. So we can say moon change its shape. It continuously change its shape. Actually they do not get changed the shape, and what happens? The relative position of the sun, earth and moon get changed, and that's how we feel the shape is getting changed. So we can say the position of earth, sun and moon changes continuously, and so feels moon shape changes. So this is what phases of moon. The position of earth, sun and the moon is getting changed continuously, and so we feel the shape of moon is getting changed. Actually the shape do not get changed. The thing is this: we already said that moon do not produce light by their own. Where the light is from sun get reflects from the moon. So that reflection is getting changed, and that's how we can see the different shape of moon. Now for these phases of moon we can say day to day. Now we are going to define the phases of moon. What is the definition? So the day to day changes in the shape of moon as seen from the earth called phases of moon. So the definition is this for the phases of moon. So you just want to remember this definition. The day-to-day change in the shape of moon. We just feel that the shape is getting changed. So it is changing day by day. The day-to-day changes in the shape of moon as seen from earth. We are there on the earth and we feel it because we are there on the earth. So this is the definition for phases of moon. The day-to-day changes in the shape of moon as seen from the earth is called what? Phases of moon. Very simple. So within these phases of moon we can see different shaped moon. And for that it is having their own names. You just want to study these names. In some days you don't see any moon. That means no moon is there. That moon is called new moon. New moon. That means in some night no moon is there and that is what? New moon. New moon means no moon. No moon. So here the thing is this. Moon is between, we know the sun is here, earth is here and moon is revolving around earth. So the moon is between our sun and earth. Moon between sun and earth. And this is called what? New moon. That means when the moon is there present between our sun and earth, we do not able to see the moon. That is what? New moon. Very simple. You just want to remember this name new moon and at the time of new moon, we are not able to see the moon. That's all. The next one is this crescent moon. Crescent moon. What is this crescent moon? That is after this new moon, that means the absence of moon, we can see a small moon is there at the sky. That is so you can see a small moon is there present at the sky and that is what? Crescent moon. Crescent moon. So for the crescent moon we can see small sunlit portion. Sunlit portion means we can see small piece of moon. That is the meaning. So, new moon, no moon is there. Crescent moon means we can see a small region of moon. And the next one is this. In some cases, we can see the moon is there at half shape. We can see moon in half shape. And that is what? That is half moon. Half moon. That is half moon. Half moon means the moon is just getting half moon. And then in some cases we can see the moon is the greater than this half moon. That means in some cases we can see more than half of moon. That is what? Gibbous moon. Gibbous moon means the moon we can see greater than half portion. Half moon means we can see half of the portion of moon. So this is what half moon and gibbous moon. For this you just want to study the terms only. No need of definitions or nothing. And the last one is this. In some nights you can see the whole portion of moon is there present at the sky. You can see the full moon and its name is what? Full moon. For the full moon we can see the full moon there. So there are different names for the phases of moon and we studied about new moon is there, crescent moon is there, half moon is there, gibbous moon is there and full moon is there. So these are the different phases of moon. That means we are just calling different names for different shapes of moon. That's all. So within this region you just want to remember these terms only the names. And just understand what is the shape for that. So the cycle is this. First, new moon, no moon is there. Then the crescent moon comes. Small moon comes. Then after some days we can see half moon occurs. Then gibbous moon occurs. Then full moon occurs. Then again this repeats. That means the gibbous moon occurs, half moon, crescent moon, no moon, that means new moon. Like all the things this will repeat within the month. And so these are what the phases of moon. Very simple. So this is all about this. And two terms you just want to study in this region is this. When the size of moon is getting increased, that means the light coming from the moon is getting increased, then we can call it as waxing. Waxing means the increasing size of lighted part of moon. So this is what waxing. That means we said that at first no moon is there, then crescent moon comes, that means a small portion, then half moon. Like when the size of moon is getting increased, then I can call it as waxing. After the full moon occurs, then what happens? Then the size is getting decreased. Half occurs, then crescent occurs, and then new moon occurs. So when the light is getting decreased or the size of the moon is getting decreased, then that is called what? Waning. For the waxing, the size of moon getting increased. And when the waning, W-A-N-I-N-G, for that the size of light is getting decreased for the moon. That means the size of moon is getting decreased for waning, and when it is increasing we call it as waxing. Nothing is there, we are just calling these two processes a particular name. That's all. So this is all about our moon phases. The next topic is this. We just want to study about the landing on the moon. At the surface of moon there are different types of spacecraft, human beings, all just landed there. And now the question is this: who is the first person who footed on the moon, who just landed at the surface of moon? The person is this Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong. So this is the person who landed on the moon first. That means who just put his foot on the moon first. The human being is what? Neil Armstrong. And with him, two more persons was there, and it is Edwin and Michael. Even if you forgot these names, you just want to remember this Neil Armstrong. Always you just want to remember which person landed on moon first. That is Neil Armstrong. And the thing is this: they just collected some of the rocks on the surface of moon and bring to earth, and scientists studied about the rocks and they got number of details about the moon. And that is also one of the achievement of this landing on the surface of moon. So within this region you just want to remember this name, Neil Armstrong. That's all. And they just footed on this moon on 20 July 1969. On this day they stepped on moon. This Neil Armstrong and also they were there, but this is the first person who just stepped on moon on 20th July 1969. Just remember this name. And the next thing is this. When India sent satellite to the moon or the spacecraft to the moon, why we are sending such rockets, spacecraft and all to some sort of satellites, planets and all, we just send to the Mars. Why? Actually the reason is this, we are just sending these things there to study the details. I already said that they just collected some sort of rocks from there to study about moon. And we just found what is there at moon. These all are because of the sending of such satellites and all. So, India sent first space shuttle to moon at 2008 and its name is this, something related to the name of moon, Chandrayaan 1. Chandrayaan 1. So, India just sent first space shuttle to moon at 2008 and its name is Chandrayaan 1. Just remember this name, Chandrayaan 1, that's all. And so, this is all about our moon. Now, we are going to study the next topic and that is the satellites. I already mentioned about that. What is this satellites? Satellites are the heavenly bodies that revolve around planets. And for these satellites, there are actually two types of satellites are there. One is natural satellites and artificial satellite. So, for the satellite is the heavenly body, means large bodies that revolve around the planet. So, for the same satellite, there are of two types. One is natural satellite and one is artificial satellite. Which is the example for natural satellite for Earth? We know it's moon. And so, we already studied everything about this natural satellite. Now, the thing left is about the artificial satellite. What is this artificial satellite? Artificial satellite is the satellite that is launched by the human beings. Launched by means we are just sending this to space. So, these artificial satellites are the satellites which is launched by the human beings for a particular purpose. The reason is this, we are just saying particular purpose means there are different types of artificial satellites are there. For the communication, for the weather forecast, or for the military services, for the navigation. Like all the purpose, we are sending different types of satellites. Each are different and no too much details are there. You just want to study the different types of artificial satellites, only their names. So, first we just want to study the definition for artificial satellites. I hope you just understood what is this artificial satellite. Now we are going to study the definition for this artificial satellite. Artificial satellite. For the artificial satellite, the satellites launched by human beings to Earth or other planets for a particular purpose and it orbits around it. So this is the definition for artificial satellite. The satellites, artificial satellites are a type of satellite. The satellites launched by human beings. Launched by means they just sent these satellites to Earth or other planets. We are just sending this to Earth's surface or other planets for a particular purpose. We are just sending it because of having a proper reason. And it orbits around it. That means if this is Earth, our satellite will revolve around it. It may sometimes, if this is Earth, it will revolve like this, it will revolve like this. There are different types of satellites and the revolution is getting different from each and every satellite. That depends upon the purpose and all. So, this is what the definition of artificial satellites. They are satellites launched by human beings to Earth or other planets for a particular purpose and they are just revolving around the planet. That's all. Very simple definition for artificial satellite. Now we are on the last topic of this chapter, that means the different types of artificial satellites. Different types of artificial satellites. I already said that there are different types and the first type is this weather satellites. Weather satellites. As its name, we are sending this satellite to identify the weather. Sometimes the tsunami will come, the floods will come. Everything we are predicting with the help of the satellites. So we can say we just send these weather satellites to predict the weather. That means sometimes very heavy temperature, high temperature will come. This all depends upon the weather. Somehow heavy rain come, everything we are getting predicted or we are identifying this with the help of weather satellites. Using these satellites we can see the clouds, we can see the wind, everything we can predict. So this is the first type, weather satellites. The another type is this astronomical satellites. Astronomical satellites means we are just sending this to see the other stars, other satellites or other galaxies like things. That means actually this astronomical satellites means our aim is to educate or we are getting information about the whole universe. That is for the astronomical satellites. This all you just want to study the names only. That's all. No need of definition or nothing. The next is communication satellite. Communication satellite means we are just sending this to get communication to the whole world. With standing here, you are getting my class in your home. Why? Because of the internet. And that is also because of this communication satellites. And you can call the person who is there at America with sitting in Kerala. How? That is also possible with the communication satellites. So, we are just sending communication satellites for communication. That is one more type of satellite. The another type is remote sensing satellite. Actually, this remote sensing satellite we are just sending to identify the minerals or we just want to identify the presence of water. Like things, this remote sensing means we are just sensing. Sensing means identifying. To identify the presence of minerals, to identify the presence of water. Like things, we identify using the remote sensing satellites. So, that is about that. And the next is military satellites. This is actually for the protection purpose and all. For the military, they are using some satellites to identify who are getting missiles to our country. Like things, they are able to see using these military satellites. So, we are just sending military satellites for the protection of our country. So, that is military satellites. The another is navigation satellites. Actually, these navigation satellites are to identify the location and all. When you just take the Google map, you can see the location properly. You can see the map, you can see the buildings, everything is there in the map. So, how it is possible? It's possible because of the navigation satellites. So the purpose of navigation satellite is to locate the space. That's all. Locate the space means not the space, place. That's all. The next is scientific satellites. Scientific satellite means we are using that satellite for the scientific knowledge. To understand about the universe, we are just sending some sort of satellite. That's what scientific satellites. So these are some of the types. More types are there, but still you just want to remember 4 or 5 names of satellites. These are types of satellites. Weather satellite, astronomical satellite, communication satellite, remote sensing satellite, military satellites, navigation satellites, scientific satellites. These are some of the types of satellites. That's all. And then we just want to remember something, which is the first artificial satellite sent to the space. I'm not asking about our India, not that. Within our whole world, which is the first artificial satellites. For this, you just want to remember this. This will help you in some sort of quiz and all. So, the first artificial satellite is Sputnik. Sputnik 1. Sputnik 1. This is the name of the first artificial satellite sent by the whole world. This is the first satellite. Now, which is the first India satellite? Which is the first India's artificial satellite? That is Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta. So, for the whole world, the first artificial satellite is Sputnik, and that we sent in the year 1957. And after many years, we Indians sent Aryabhatta in 1975. So, no need of thinking about the year or nothing. Now, here you just want to remember these names, Sputnik and Aryabhatta. That's all about this. And many satellites we are India just giving. That is, INSAT is there, IRS is there, Kalpana 1 is there, EduSat is there. Like number of satellites are there. No need of thinking of that. Just read. It's there in your textbook. Just read it. That's all. And the final thing in our text is this about the artificial satellite that we just sent to Mars. Actually, it was one of the greatest achievement for India. That means many countries send their satellites to Mars, but the thing is this, they just succeed after many tries. But for India, at first try itself, we just landed at moon very safe. So, the thing is this, Mangalyaan at year of 2013, we just sent the Mars satellite. And we just studied some of the things, and the name of the satellite is this Mangalyaan, and sent it in 2013. And within the first attempt, we succeeded to reach at Mars. So this is all about our chapter. Finally, our chapter is over. I already said that our chapter is very small. So with these classes, our chapter is over. This chapter. So now you just want to read your textbook and want to complete your notebook. In the next class, we can start the next chapter. This is all about today's class. Thank you.